Today is all about brushes. Most people tend to be confused on what brush to use and how to use it. Well, if you are that person, then you came to the right video, because I'm going to be teaching you guys how to apply your makeup with the different brushes. Today is not going to be about the product. It's going to be about the brushes you use, because brushes are kind of the most important thing when it comes to applying your makeup. And if you don't know what brush to use, how are you going to apply your makeup? Well, how? I don't know. You tell me. So welcome to my channel. My name is Mathilda, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to maximize your brush usage. You really do not need 20 brushes when it comes to doing your makeup, guys. You really don't. So I'm going to show you guys how to use at least 4 or 5 brushes to do your face makeup. You don't need to buy thousands of brushes, spend so much money on brushes, guys. Nah. So you see this flawless face bit? I used 4 or 5 brushes. How many? To do it. So you can also do it too. But how are you going to be able to do it if you don't watch this video? Watch this video. I'm going to be starting out with the foundation, and for my foundation I like to use either my face brush or my beauty blender. Now you might be asking, what scenario are you going to use your foundation brush? First of all, you want to use your foundation brush when you want a full coverage look, and you want to use your beauty blender when you want a medium coverage look, because your beauty blender kind of soaks up the foundation a bit, so it gives the foundation less coverage than it normally has, and it gives the foundation a smoother finish than the brush. It depends on the foundation though, but for me, I found out that using beauty blenders all the time, it gives you a smooth finish. For your foundation brush, you want a foundation brush that is dense. You want it to be tightly packed so that it's going to give you maximum coverage. For this particular foundation, which is the Nuban Beauty in My Skin foundation, I found out that using a brush like this works best, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. You want to tap it into your skin and spread it out as you go. You don't want to swipe, because when you swipe, that's when you're going to get all those brush marks. So you want to tap it in like you're doing with a beauty blender. The next thing I like to do is use a beauty blender. A beauty blender makes your foundation smoother than it normally would. So if the foundation brush you use leaves marks on your face or leaves streaks, this is where a beauty blender comes in. You want to use the beauty blender to smoothen out the foundation. Any part that has any lines, streaks and all of that, that's where you're going to use your beauty blender. But if you don't have a foundation brush, a beauty blender works perfectly also without using a foundation brush. Also, when it comes to your beauty blender, this is something that most people don't know. You need to put your beauty blender inside water, dip it in a bowl of water, then squeeze out the excess water. Do not use a dry beauty blender. You can use it if you don't have any other option, but if you want the best result, you want to use a damp beauty blender, not a wet beauty blender, a damp beauty blender. It's still going to feel a bit wet, but there's no water inside. Just makes it softer and it makes it work best with your foundation. Tap it into your skin, don't swipe, tap. The next brush I'm going to be talking about is this fluffy brush. Now this brush is very versatile and it might actually be my favorite brush. Why? Because this brush can do almost everything. This brush, you can use it to apply your liquid contour, you can use it to apply your liquid blush, you can use it to apply your blush, you can use it to apply your contour, you can use it to apply your powder highlighter. So this brush is an all-in-one and it is a definite fave of mine. So for today, I'm going to be using this brush to apply my liquid contour. So I'm just going to be tapping the contour upwards. This is not a contour tutorial, guys. This is a brush tutorial. You guys already know my highlights and contour routine. If you guys don't know them, I'll put a card here for you. So for this brush, I like to tap in the contour, and you see how it just blends it in so seamlessly. Can you guys see how well the brush blended out the contour? I've had these brushes since about 2016 or 2017. I remember I bought these brushes for I think 4,000 or 5,000 naira at the time, and it consisted of about 24 to 26 brushes. It was like a long brush set, and those brushes are what I have been using since forever, since I started doing makeup, and these brushes have been doing me well. And you can see I've been using it and it's lasting and it works. So when you're buying your brushes, you guys should buy something that is of good quality, and brushes don't even need to be expensive. These brushes you saw, it was not very expensive. You don't need expensive brushes, you just need brushes that work, quality brushes. They don't need to cost you heaven and earth. Next thing I'm gonna be doing is using my beauty blender. This beauty blender is so versatile. You can use your beauty blender for your foundation, you can use your beauty blender for your concealer, you can use your beauty blender to blend your liquid contour. This beauty blender is really good when it comes to liquid products. So if you have a beauty blender, you're good to go. Anything liquid, foundation, concealer, liquid contour, liquid highlighter, anything liquid, you want to use your beauty sponge or beauty blender, as we all call it. The next brush I'm going to be talking about is the powder brush. Now, if you don't have a powder brush, you can always use your beauty blender or a powder puff. And a powder puff, oh my god, I can't find my powder puff anywhere, but that's what I prefer, but I can't find it. And a powder puff normally comes with your setting powder most times, so it shouldn't be hard for you to find, and it's quite cheap actually. So I'm going to be using this powder brush. Now this powder brush is very fluffy. For your powder brush, you want something that is quite fluffy and soft. So I just like to apply my powder and just press it. The next brush we're going to be talking about is the contour brush. For your contour brush, you want a contour brush that's slightly slanted. This way it's going to be able to hug your cheekbones and just apply the contour where it's supposed to be. But if you don't have that, don't be scared. Don't feel like, oh, I have to buy a slanted brush. No, you can also use this type of brush to do your contour. This brush is the same brush I used to apply my liquid contour. This is where from the liquid contour applied. So you don't want to use the same brush you used to do your liquid contour, because it might still be wet, and we don't want that. So if you happen to have two of this type of brush, then feel free to use it for your contour. It literally just hugs your cheekbones. Now we move on to the blush brush. So I'm going to be using the same brush I use for my contour as my blush brush. So you see this type of slanted brush, or a brush like this which is not also slanted. Because like I said, this brush is wet, we're not going to be using it. I'm going to be using this brush today. Now, I want you to ask yourself, how many brushes have I used? I'm almost done with my face. How many brushes have I used? Literally just 4 brushes. So, do you actually need 20 brushes to apply your face makeup? No, you don't. You see, I've used just 4 brushes and we're almost done with the face. What does that tell you? Go throw away your brushes. You don't need much. I'm just joking. Don't throw your brushes away. You can always use it when, you know, don't do that. So if you guys are still here, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, because it really helps my channel, and I really want you guys to be notified if I post another video. Remember, new videos every Sunday. And also guys, Vlogmas is here, which means from on the 18th I'm going to be posting every single day till on the 25th, which is Christmas Day. So I hope you guys will stick around. That is why you need to subscribe to my channel, so that once I post, you will be the first person to be notified, because this Vlogmas, guys, you're gonna love it. Now I'm moving on to my highlighter, and for my highlighter, most people won't agree with me, but I use a fan brush. This is like the OG highlighter brush when highlighter was raining. some years back. This is what everyone was using, but now everybody's like, it doesn't work. But for me, I like using this brush, or you can also use this type of brush, which is what we use to do our contour. This is going to make the highlighter show up really well, and this is going to subdue the highlighter. So this brush is what I'm going to be using today. So we know that after using a brightening powder, which you can use it to bake or just set your concealer, you also need to apply a powder which is your skin tone. And this is where this gigantic big brush comes in. This brush, although you can use the other brushes I showed you, but I love using a big brush like this to just smoothing out my face and blending the contour and the highlight and make it one big happy family. Because right now they're separated, they're divorced, and we do not want that. We want them to be a union. We want them to be happy together. So this brush is going to come in handy. Use it with your all over face powder. And this is the final look, guys. I did my eyeshadow off camera. The tutorial is going to be on Instagram and on TikTok, which is Mathildaduku. So don't be scared, it's there if you like the eyeshadow. If you guys want an eyeshadow brush type of video where I show you how to use different brushes for your eyeshadow, because today was all about the face, and you see it looks really good and I love it. So if you guys want to know how to apply your eyeshadow with the different brushes you need, then leave it in the comments below. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from this video, and if you didn't, you can watch my other videos so you can learn a thing or two about makeup. If you guys want to see me outside of YouTube, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, all Mathildaduku. And if you guys want to see more videos of me, then please subscribe to my channel and like this video so that you guys would see more of my videos. But before I upload my next video, which is always going to be on Sundays, why don't you check out the videos I'm going to put on the screen so that you can watch it and enjoy. Just binge watch my videos, guys. They're fun and interesting. Support your girl.